Alrighty. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you if you're watching this. Thank you for being here. So what I'm about to do right now, if you're not aware, this is a tutorial, a Photoshop tutorial of how I came up with the edit for my conceptual photo shoot, which is called Grass Isn't Greener on the Other Side. And yeah, so just to make sure I don't waste your time, I'm just gonna like hurry up and kind of go through it. And I'm gonna pause for a little bit until I get everything loaded up. Be right back. Okay, so here we are. We are back live and direct. So yeah, once again, this is the tutorial for the Grass Isn't Greener on the Other Side photo shoot. This is a part of my photo lookbook that I came out with, photography lookbook, and it's called the Book of Idioms. If you're interested, I wanted to get a physical version of that. The link will be in my bio. So yeah, neither here nor there. We're gonna get started on this tutorial. So pretty much I have everything color coded for y'all to see how I pretty much did everything. There's particular things that won't be shown just because I don't really remember what I did on those particular things, but I'll show you. I'll just go by each thing one by one. So first and foremost, before I even start, I'm going to show you the reference photo, which is this. It's for Kalani's album cover. And as you can see, this is the track list of the songs right here. But most importantly, we're just focusing on getting everything back here. So obviously, the main objective for this was to have, just chaos, destruction, Armageddon type things in the background, and to have it. And also, yeah, so that was my first initial thing that I want to focus on. And then the second thing obviously is depth of field. So basically in my head, correct me if I'm wrong, but the idea of creating a depth of field is just basically spacing between the subject and the objects in the background, pretty much. Just creating spacing between and how just the distance between both things. So obviously she's in focus while everything else is kind of blurred out. So that's basically what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. So as we go back to Photoshop, don't come for me because I have 2018. I still make it work. So yeah, so let's get that out the way. So yeah, so the first thing obviously that I wanted to do was to get this shadow. This is the photographer Imani, one of the coldest photographers ever. So I got to plug him, as well as India, one of the coldest muses of all time. So I got to plug her as well. I love them both. So yeah, so actually that wasn't the first thing, I think. I can't remember, but just follow me here. So what we have here, obviously, I took off the hands. I felt like the hands were kind of a distraction a little bit to me personally. So I thought, let's just take it out. And what I did was I duplicated the picture, which is Command J on Mac and Control J on Windows. I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, that's another disclaimer. I'm constantly gonna be saying correct me if I'm wrong. So we're just gonna throw that out there. But yeah, so what I did was, I took off the hands, and I took off the house that was in the left corner, I believe, because I just didn't want that there. And I highlighted the what do you call this in the background? I'm trying to remember. Attic? No, not attic. I forgot what it's called. It'll come back to me. But yeah, I wanted to make that a little bit brighter so y'all can, and for example, I'll show y'all next. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I did for this. It's not really much. I took off a little bit of hair on accident, but we move, right? So yeah, this was, I don't believe this was next. I just put this all the way down here just because I want to see how it looked in the background. I did not like it, but I didn't. One thing about me, I try not to delete anything just because, I may want to come back in the future and want to do that. So that's one pro tip I can say for right now. Duplicate as much as many as you need to. I made a mistake and only duplicated one time, and I didn't even make a mask. So yeah, basically what a mask is basically all of these right here. Is this right here? There's a keyboard shortcut for it. I don't remember, but I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, this is a layer mask. You can just like do whatever you want to it. I believe this is the shortcut is B. Yeah, this is a brush tool. And if you want to like take out stuff, sorry, I mean X. So X is to set the foreground color. If you need a tutorial on that, you can kind of like find videos on YouTube on how to use a layer mask. But yeah, basically it just it reveals everything pretty much. It reveals on what's under it. So that's neither, yeah. So that's that. So we're just gonna delete that because I'm not using that. Yeah, excuse me. So what I believe what was next was to I wanted to work on the fence just to get that out the way before I went to the background because the background is where everything happens. So yeah, this was, let me see. Yeah. So I wanted to work on the fence just to get things out the way. I'm trying to see. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. Hold on real quick. Let me make sure I'm not using the wrong one. Okay, I think I'm straight. Oh, okay, there we go. This is what I did. Yeah. So first thing first, I wanted to take out his shadow because it was very distracting. And yeah, so I did that by just again duplicating the fence or creating a copy of it. But what I did, the step I did with that, just to show right quick, I used the healing brush tool. And basically the healing brush tool, I believe is J. Let's see, let's double check. Yeah, it's J. So to pretty much make a copy of whatever you want to look at, you press the Alt key on Mac. I don't know, I believe it's Option on Windows. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you just click it. You click the area that you want to copy. You go to another area of the picture, and you just put it there. Let me see. Oh yeah, sorry, I gotta change the mask. That's why it's not showing. Okay, let's try it now. Awkward. No, hold on. There we go. That's how you do it. So if you want to make a copy of something, you just click on that area, go to another area that you would like to copy it at, and then boom, that's how you do it. So let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. So let's go back one more time just to make sure. So yeah, so that's what I did. I just copied a little bit of this area and put it in this corner. As you can see, the shadow's still there. So what I did was I just, it's all, Photoshop is literally, depending on what you want to do, majority is, Photoshop is used as a manipulation, to me is a manipulation software or application. So, you want to manipulate, just using your imagination, just manipulate the areas that you feel like you will want it to look like. So obviously this whole area needs to be fence, not shadows, not hands, just fence. So I just manipulate as much as I could. So as you can see, you have this here. There's like a little, let me press V. As I zoom in, you can see the imperfections, the flaws of what's going on right here. But it's all a work in progress, right? Then boom, I just went ahead and just, I copied this from the same picture. I duplicated it again. So no, you know what? Correct me. I apologize for earlier. I didn't make a copy of one. I made a copy of 4. I believe 5 actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, as far as the fence goes, like 5 different fences. So that's what I have right here. Before, after, before, after. And I was like, I still need to fix this in some other areas. Boom. Same thing, And now this is what we have, a clear fence. And it's just her face. So yeah. So next, I wanted to work chimney. That's what it's called. I knew it was gonna come to me. Chimney. I wanted to have a fire coming out of it because, like, why not, right? So, boom. This is the first fire I came up with. Sorry, it's gonna be a little bit laggy because my computer is just not on my side right now. But yeah, here we are. This is the fire I have right here. I was like, this is not enough. I just wanted to have this underlying fire. So I was like, let's exaggerate it. So I brought in another picture and I manipulated it. Let me turn off this levels. So this is how original. This is how original. This was okay. Typo. This was the original picture, but the fire was yellow. So what I did was I changed the hue. It's not showing here. That's one of the things I said earlier. Um, I just advise if you're still watching this video, understand that you need to just have everything layered, because sometimes you may just work on something and forget, and you won't remember how you did a particular thing. So that's what I did here. I worked on the original picture instead of duplicating it. And so yeah, so basically the original was yellow, and I can kind of quickly show y'all. So what I did was I changed the hue. I think that's what I did. So this is like a red orangish, but we can just work on the master. And this is basically what I did. So yeah, originally it was like yellowish. It was like kind of like this. I don't know why they made the smoke. I don't know why the smoke was yellow. I think they changed it, but you know, whatever, right? So yeah, I just changed it a little bit, doing the hue. For the levels, I used this to make it darker because I needed it to be more dramatic. And so yeah, from what I believe this is in the levels. Also, I'll just advise you to watch another YouTube video on how to use levels. From my understanding, this is mid-tone, shadows, and highlights. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is what it was originally. So I went up a little bit, and just whatever I feel like it was correct, I just went to it. So I believe it was 50-ish. I kind of just messed around with it, but yeah. So that's what I did. I raised the number on the shadows, but I made it darker. I made the shadows darker essentially. Um, and yeah, that's how I came up with this smoke. I messed with it a little bit right here using the mask. If you want to learn how to make a mask, you can watch a video on that. But yeah, I made a mask by clicking this. Sorry, this is what I did. So you can create as many masks as you want, I believe, but I just needed one. And if I can let me see. Let's see what happens if I delete it. Okay, yeah, there was more to it, right? And I felt like that was just way too much going on, and it was just a lot of distortion in it. So with the mask, I kind of erased a little bit, and I can show y'all that. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So white, I believe in the mask, white is to reveal and black is to conceal. So yeah, so this is the black that's right here. I did that, and then go back, please clicking X. You can reveal, da da da. So that's how you use the mask. So I'm gonna just go back. Okay, here we're back. My audio cut off, so we're back here. So, but yeah. So next, what I would like to show y'all is pretty much preparing for the things in the background that I wanted to add. So far we have the smoke, but I was like, of course, obviously we need some destruction in the background. So I kept on going back to the reference, looking at, okay, how could back here it's like, okay, abandoned buildings, smoke, broken trees, there's a whole bunch going on. It literally looks like Judgment Day back here. And so I was like, how can I do that without like really doing too much? Because I still loved how the sky looks, as you can see here. So I still kind of wanted some space. And we had obviously a different angle versus to what she had. More hers was kind of like a little bit, maybe a little bit above ish. For ours that we did was a little bit below. So so yeah, I was like, there's a lot of sky that we have to work with, so I kind of just wanted to go from there. So yeah, so I was like, you know what, let's get some trees in the back. So I was looking for like leafless trees, trees you see in fall or spring, fall. I'm down bad right now. I would definitely, I believe it's fall. So yeah, the leaves. I just wanted a leafless tree, and was the original, I believe. Yeah, this is the original picture. Obviously I messed with it. Oh, sorry. Obviously I messed with it a little bit. So let me delete the mask so I can show you how it looked. There was like more to it. It was like very busy. So I wanted to get that out. So we did that. Originally, actually, this was first. I kind of went like right side to left. Um, but I just have it in different orders here for some reason. But this was the very first thing. I was like, the smoke looks great against that building. So actually speaking, this is not really a building. This is a abandoned helicopter. Let me double click. Let me see if I can double or I can't double click it to show you the original. But well, can I? I don't know. I don't think I can do that on here. But let's delete this mask and let's not do that. Let's delete this and see how it looks. There we go. This is the original picture. Okay. Finally. This is how the original picture looks. Let me turn off the smoke. But yeah, this is the original picture. I found this. I seen this. Just looking through Google, see what I could find. I was like, okay, this is the one. Yeah, let's put that back. And I just manipulated it using the mask. Just concealed a lot of stuff using the black background. Sorry. And yeah, that's how I came up with that. And I was like, okay, well, now I needed something on the left, and that's where the tree comes in. So this is how it came out. I was like, okay, I want the tree in front of the helicopter or the airplane. Sorry, the abandoned airplane. I was like, okay, cool. I think we got something here. We got something going here. And I was like, I need something right here. So again, I went through Google looking for some more buildings. Came across this building. Boost the levels. Turn on the level layer. Made it darker. Let me delete this layer mask. Okay, let's not do that again. So that's pretty much the original picture. It's like just a bend, like sort of like just a bending area, but it's like a building pretty much and stuff. And so that's how I came up with that. And yeah, so I wanted that behind the tree, of course. So that's how we came up with that. And that's pretty much, yeah. I didn't really do much to that picture, but it just fit right. Like it just fitted right there. So yeah, so the next thing that I came up with, I was like, it still feels a little bit empty. And my brother Monty was like, I needed to, like, it's dope, but it should have a little bit more destruction. So I'm like, you know what, that's right. So I went back to the reference and I was like, okay, there's a lot of stuff here, right? So I was like, okay, I need something in this back. So I started brainstorming what could be in the background to where it could stand out, but it won't it won't take away from just the overall picture. So I started thinking sky, destruction in the sky. Boom. As soon as I said that in my head, it was something like that. I was like King Kong Godzilla. That's the first thing I thought about. So this was the original picture where it was like, I don't know why, but it was very saturated and very, not saturated, but sharpened. And I was like, and basically what sharpened means, it just like literally is verbatim, like it's sharp, And I was like, it's just taken away. It's just, So, but I'll explain a little bit after how everything like came together. So yeah, this is what I ended up, I think I ended up choosing this, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. It was something I can't remember, but let's just use this for example. So let's just use this for first things first. Here we have the exposure. So I wanted to turn the exposure down, obviously make it darker how I did everything else. Yeah, I just want to make, especially, so this is King Kong and this is Godzilla. I want to make Godzilla darker because it was just way too bright. And yeah, so that's what I did. That's what exposure is. You know, you just make it darker. Yeah, that's what I did. Made it a little bit more cooler for both of them. And this is the color that I chose. You know, this is the color, all the different things here. Made it more blue, so I can kind of just go in with the sky, even though obviously you can see on India that it's warm because she's like very golden and brown. I won't zoom in too much so she won't be embarrassed. But yeah, so that's pretty much like how that went. As you can see again, ooh, as you can see again, she's like bright, very warm. It's very warm outside. Looks hot. Looks like it's 100 degrees outside. But the original picture for King Kong and Godzilla, I didn't want it to be too warm. They was already warm, so I wanted to cool them down a little bit. No pun intended. So yeah, there's that. That's how I came up with both of them. Um, and then I was like, you know what, with King Kong Godzilla, I started thinking about helicopters and stuff. So I think I came. No, this was first. This airplane was first. And I was thinking, okay, let's have the airplane kind of go towards the smoke in a sense. Um, so yeah, so this was the. Let me see. Let's see what we have. Make sure. Okay, yeah, this airplane. This was one of the ones where it was a lot going on in the airplane, and I ended up erasing the original picture, what was around it, so I can't show y'all the actual original picture. But that's pretty much how it looked. It was just a blue sky. I just erased the blue sky and like the little stuff around it. So I felt like, you know what, this is enough. So I sent this in a group chat to Mani in India, who's right here, and they loved it, they enjoyed it. So I was like, okay, yeah, I feel like we really got one. Um, so there was a couple like fixes that I did, whether it was the smoke or the tree or King Kong and Godzilla overall. And then the last thing I would definitely say was I added a black and white layer, which you can do right here. Let me do another one just so you can see. That's what I did. I just put them on top just to kind of, so some majority of the times when I'm doing an edit, I put this on top just to kind of level out everything, just to see what stands out. Just look at the hierarchy of everything, just to see like what's the first thing you're gonna look at, what's the last thing you're gonna look at. That's pretty much what hierarchy is, like from low to high, as far as like what your eyes is gonna revert to. And obviously these are the two that stands out the most. But you take it off, it's like you don't really tell. So I thought that was straight. And then to me, I was like, okay, I feel like this is all leveled. So yeah, this is pretty much like everything as far as I'm concerned. This is all every layer that I worked on. Nothing deleted. Everything is still here. So yeah, this is pretty much how it went. I'll like turn off every layer so you can see everything originally. Just going back to the original raw photo. And raw is just AKA for original. Nothing edited, nothing, no color grading, no edits, no nothing. As you can see, it's a whole bunch of just junk, like just rubbish. Like there go the original right here, stepping on whatever. And that's what I do. It's all about layer. I look at everything as like a pancake. As far as editing, like it's all a pancake, just stacking everything on top of each other. And yeah, here we are. This is the original, and then this is the final photo, pretty much. So yeah, first and foremost, just want to say, no, last and foremost, yeah, if you stayed to this long, thank you for watching the tutorial. The link, once again, this photo shoot. Well, this picture is a part of a photo shoot, conceptual photo shoot called "The Grass Isn't Green on the Other Side," and which basically means, pretty much appreciate with what you have, because you don't know what's on the other side. Simply said. And this photo shoot is part of my debut photography lookbook that I came out with back in April 2022. which is still this year. And it's called The Book of Idioms. If you're interested, the book will be online. If you're interested in getting the photography lookbook, the link will be in my bio and you can purchase there. They will be discontinued in a few months, so I will definitely say get it while you can, because I won't really announce when it's actually going to discontinue. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can contact me on my socials. Twitter at Jusalonge, Jusalonge. Instagram, same thing, Jusalonge, Jusalonge. And you can DM me, ask me any questions. You can tell me anything. And then, yeah, thank you for watching this video once again. I want you to have a blessed day. And until next time.